months before, this month the Drulian people have once more demonstrated unshakable determination to fulfill the 3-year plan. Under my father's wide guidance, industrial output has reached its highest level in the history of the Empire. However, as in previous months, this success has been threatened by the failure of the Kai trading centers, where production has fallen yet again. While the Kai provinces are living off our energy resources and increasing the production of inessential consumer goods, the Kai economy in the Halwa area has been reduced to virtual insignificance.
Your cynical contempt for the Kai people is intolerable, Ben Harris. The Kai members will no longer stand for your insults.
The Kai members should have paid more attention to ensuing economic efficiency. At the moment, you are simply exploiting the Drules.
All of us here know what a destructive part you have played in reducing the energy reserves in the Kai area of Halwa, our capital city. Never having dared to contravene the 20-year-old Aldinium agreement, you now try to harm us in this way.
If you don't like the Drulian policies, Party Leader Caro, you are of course entitled to take the necessary diplomatic steps.
As you wish, Harris. Your father will be delighted at the consequences. I hereby declare that the Kai group is no longer prepared to tolerate your insult in any way. Until these points of contention have been resolved, we will take no further part in the activities of the State Council.
Following the defeat of Titan Net 23 years earlier, relationships between the Drulian and Kai peoples, at first uneasy after centuries of bitter hostility, gradually improved. Val Harris, the great strategist who was born on Earth, acted as an intermediary and lawmaker to prevent anything which might have threatened the reconciliation between the two peoples. Ben Harris was the only son of Val and his wife Tahmi, who died when Ben was a child. From the beginning, he proved to have a totally different personality from his father, and totally different aims. As his father gradually withdrew from active politics, Ben rose to become the most important man in the state, and Karo, a Kai representative, became his most bitter opponent.
Sector 381906. Your afternoon alternative route is 38796. Have a nice trip.
Ben Harris was not intelligent enough to have much success with his policies, which consisted of intrigues and vulgarity. Recently, he had resorted to direct insults, which were crude but effective against the proud Kais. After the Kai members had left the State Council, the Kai Assembly, a conference of the most senior Kai families, decided that Karo should fly back to Halwa and resume the battle in the council.
Greetings, mighty Kai. I am delighted to see you looking so well after your serious accident.
Who are you? How do you know about me?
Caro, Kai Ambassador, let us dispense with the pleasantries. I am Pontvasius, custodian and heir of the ancient Drulian Empire. I am the only one who survived the assassination of the 12 Emperors. Oh, you have no idea how difficult it was to build this machine. I designed it as a refuge for my mind and spirit as my body became decrepit over the years.
The old Drulian Empire? That was centuries ago. It has collapsed and new powers have divided it amongst themselves. The planet is dominated by some criminal Drules. How could you? How did you manage to survive?
I survived thanks to my own technology, which I developed in secret long before anyone had even thought of weakening the Empire. The overwhelming genius and creative power of my mind kept my spirit alive. I know all about you, Caro, and the fate of your world which you two inherited. I have been observing Chromos for a long time. I receive all the signals from the planet, and I know about the great wars against Titan Net, of the misery of the Civil War and the oppression of your people by the Drolls. I also am aware of your just battle against Ben Harris, the son of that upstart from Earth. I can see and hear everything, and yet I can do nothing. It pains me greatly to see the last vestiges of honesty disappearing from the face of this world. I have a mind to think with. I have the ability to see and hear, and yet I have no hands to act with.
Hands? You live and yet can do nothing? That must be terrible.
Yes, that is true. The people who now live on Beldar are simple souls, and they're afraid of me. If only there were a power which could convey my will and my message to this world once more, I could be of assistance. Long ago, I developed a device which could transmit my thoughts and my guidance. Even the gigantic Praetorian units, whose power is unequaled, could be controlled by my ambassador. Ben Harris would tremble at the sight of our might, Caro, our might. We can liberate the population and drive out their oppressors. Help me, Caro. Help us both. Make use of the fruits of my technology, and you will gain such power as you have never dreamed of. Let us show our determination with the ancient battle cry, Factum. Imperial Ambassador will be to consolidate our power over this island. If you act decisively and single-mindedly, you will soon be able to bring me news of our victory. Factum.
Your words will be backed by my deeds, Emperor. Factum.
Beldhar was now just one of the islands to the east of the main Kai continent of Kar, a gloomy island inhabited by the savage descendants of a once highly advanced people. But many years ago, Beldhar had been the summer residence of the ancient Drulian emperors. People said they had all been assassinated, their proud buildings had fallen into decay, their empire had dissolved into civil wars, and for many years Beldhar disappeared from history. But deep in the tunnels of the old mines beneath the island, machines had survived. Their sole purpose was to keep alive the mind of the greatest of the emperors until a body could be found to carry out his will. And his will had only one objective, to gain complete power over Chromos. Punt Vasius had lost his body, but two things remained to him, his mind and the gigantic Praetorian units which had once guarded the emperors, weapon systems whose destructive power was still unsurpassed centuries later.
Administrator, with the help of the Praetorian units and one of the two tribes, you will have no difficulty subjugating the primitive inhabitants of the island in the name of the Empire. Do not be deterred. You must smash their resistance.
Your orders shall be obeyed, Emperor. Factum.